Now you can hear me. Now the microphone is on. I was like, I can't hear it. But I can't hear anything really, so. Perfect. Well, welcome. I'm so glad you guys could come out on this cold, brisk December day, right? It's freezing. Yeah, dressing in layers, right? It's our favorite thing to do. Yeah. But that's what we have for living in New England, right? So Sue Martovich is here. Sue is the owner of the Liquid Chocolate Cafe downstairs, Liquid Chocolate, which we've had so much traffic, people coming in asking, what's liquid chocolate? And we actually had a gentleman stop in today who had a sample and loved it, and he was looking for some more, so he's already hooked. And he came down from Bark Hampstead. Really? Yeah, like a 50-minute ride. So beautiful, right? So you'll have the cafe open for when we're through if you guys want to check it out. And there are little gift packs and lots of fun stuff. Yes. And Saturday we have an open house here at the studio at 346 Main. It's their grand opening. No, you stay there. You stay there. Yeah, no, come up. Come up. Hi, how are you? Welcome. So, Sue Martovich, ladies and gentlemen. You can't have yours on.
I can't have mine on?
You can have yours on. Yeah, turn it on. There you go.
Test. Oh, yes.
There you go. Look at
now I can hear everybody. You can hear me.
You have to talk, though.
I'll be talking.
Okay.
I don't want to take up too much of your time, but so the Liquid Chocolate and Company is all about adding to our wellness center and encouraging a healthy lifestyle, and not only through food but through drink. And with the Liquid Chocolate, it's all about cacao. So my husband.
What is cacao?
So cacao is where chocolate comes from. I forgot the pod.
You forgot the pod. So cacao is raw chocolate. It's unprocessed. It's the bean. And so there are healing properties that are in the chocolate, the liquid chocolate that Sue makes, are really just incredible. So we've talked about it on the show before and whatnot. So one of the main things, it's really great for cardiovascular, heart health. It gives you a lift, feeling good.
And it's also good for the brain, so it helps you tap into that higher consciousness. It's a mood elevator. Cacao is full of minerals. It has polyphenol in it, magnesium, and it's I believe, is one of the most richest superfoods in the world. And it's taking chocolate in a different dimension. So chocolate has been altered in so many different ways when you buy it at the store that it becomes not really nutrition-wise, not good for you, but it just satisfies that craving. So this is totally nutritious, and you don't have to worry about the sugar because it is sugar-free, it's dairy-free, and if you like coffee and you like chocolate, you'll like this drink. It's not sweet, but it's very, very satisfying, and even when you start drinking it, I don't know about you, but I crave it more than I ever have.
Yeah.
It's like I want my fix.
It's delicious, so... Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I'm sure everybody will be downstairs to visit. And then Saturday we'll be open and doing open house type of things. We'll have different events going on in the house, so we'd love for you guys to stop by between 10 and 2.
Yep, and there's solids and teas, too. So I'm going to hand the show over to Jeanne and sit down and enjoy the rest of it myself.
Casey, I forgot to ask you if you didn't mind letting me know who's signing on to Facebook so I can make sure I do some shout-outs to them as well, because we have our listeners on Facebook. Love you guys. Beautiful. Here's something really exciting. I have my manuscript. It's finished. It's been fully edited, and now we're working in the next phase, which is finding the right agent to represent the book. So it's really beautiful, and so I'm keeping it here on my altar, praying over it, loving it, and I'm pretty excited about it. So you're welcome to come up and touch it and, and feel it and give it a little love if you want. Pretty exciting, I think. Perfect. So today we're going to continue that story that we were talking about, which is grief and the holidays, which is something I think a lot of people struggle with, is not feeling great during the holidays when it's supposed to be a time of joy, but we become very overwhelmed with just maybe overdoing, taking on too much stuff, and not to mention then if we have loss in our life, where that grief takes us and unable to move forward. So for you guys here, have you been affected by the season in that way? Are you finding it a little bit harder to maybe find that joy? Yeah. It can, some anxiety and maybe a little bit of depression, I feel like, as well. Is that fair enough to say? Yeah. So I wanted to share a personal story with you guys about grief. For me, it's not something I've talked about before, but I thought it was something that was pretty relevant in how I moved through grief, something that was kind of traumatic for our family. And you know, you've heard me talk about doing foster care. So we entered foster care never to adopt because we had 4 children of our own. And we entered it to just help families. We wanted to help parents get on their feet and get back into life. And with doing so, I always loved babies. Obviously, I have 4 kids. So I always took in babies. I did take in a 7-year-old and an 18-year-old, but I'll tell you that story after. So this particular child, Sal, came to us in kind of an interesting way. Sal he was with another foster mom who I became friends with when we were taking our training, and she had Sal. And we had no children at the time, no foster children at the time. And she had called me and said, you know, I'm in dire need. My husband and I are separating. Our marriage is crumbling apart, and I don't know what to do with myself. Would you please help me? Can you take Sal if they allow it, if DCF allows it? I said, absolutely. We were open. We were ready to help her in any way that we could help her. So they transitioned Sal over to our house, and it was an immediate love. He was the perfect little nugget. He just was beautiful. So he just fit right in. He was turning 1. We had a beautiful birthday party for Sal, and he just was the happiest guy. He just, melted in with my kids and fit perfectly. So we found out that he was definitely going to be free for adoption. And I said to my husband, geez, I could keep him. We could raise him. He fits right in. So I mentioned this to the social worker that we would love to adopt Sal. So she said, well, we'll add your file to the list. And basically what we do is we go through all the families that are in for adoption. So when you go into foster care, you're put into 2 piles, either just fostering or adoptive. So we weren't adoptive, so our file was going to be chosen most likely last anyways. And they were really looking for a match with Sal, meaning they wanted him to have an ethnic connection. He was Italian, we are not. So lo and behold, they didn't choose our file. I was heartbroken, but I decided I was going to follow the system and I was going to do the things that were right for this child and right for the family that wanted him, that entered into adoption, because that takes courage as well. So they decided they were going to start doing the home visits or the visitations with the family. So I said I would open my home and invite those people to come and see Sal in his surroundings with his toys and his little foster family so they could get to know him. And they came twice, and DCF said that was enough time, and they decided they were going to move him on that second visit. So they had decided, the family, that they were changing his name. Now remember, he's over a year now, and he'd gone by Salvatore his whole life. So they were changing his name to Jimmy. So we packed him up. I packed up all his clothing. I packed up all his belongings that we had, all his toys that we had, and our children kissed him goodbye. I can't even look at my husband. And we sent him on his way. And, we sent him with prayers and love. And I kept in touch with that mom just to let her know if she needed anything, I would be there for her. One of the things I did for all the foster babies was I made them blankets and little snugglies that they could have, a little silky on one side, because these weren't not popular when my kids were little. You can buy them at the store, TJ Maxx now, like no problem. But they didn't have them back then, so I made them for the kids. So I had called and checked on him, and she answered the phone, and she was hysterical, bawling, crying, just making no sense. And I said, "Where's the baby?" And she was babbling, going on and on. I said, "Where's the baby?" I thought she heard him. "I gave him back." I said, "Excuse me?" She said, "I gave him back." I said, "Who did you give him back to?" "DCF, the social worker came to get him." I said, "I got to go." And she wanted to continue her story. I said, "I got to go." I hung up on her, picked up that phone, and I called that social worker. I said, "Where is Sal?" "Well, he's in a home in Danbury." I said, "Who's he with?" She gave me the woman's name. I said, "You get on that phone and you tell her I'm coming to pick him up. How dare you do this to this child? What have you done? You put him in a whole nother home? Like, could you even imagine what that would do? Like, he went to a stranger's home. I was that stranger. We gave him love. Then he gets taken from my home and then sent away to a whole nother home. My head is unraveling. I'm shaking. So I threw my kids in the car. We went to Danbury, and the foster mom came out, and she said, "I wanted to call you. They told me not to." She said, "He has been, he's in shell shock. He's not doing anything." So we got him in the car, and my older son, held his hand the whole way home, and he was in shell shock. He did not look any of us in the eye, and it took him about 4 days to unwind and become himself again, and to feel safe again, and to play again. But he definitely was not his normal Sal. I remember they had changed his name. So he was all kinds of confused. So we just rocked him, and we held him, and we loved him. And I got a call from that social worker again. And she said, "Well, we're going to be choosing again. We're going to be pulling the names. He's going to go back into that adoption pool." And I said, "Well, we would still like to adopt him. We would love to have him be part of our family. We know we could send him to college, and he would have everything he ever needed." And she said, "That's not the way it's going to work." And I said, "I don't fucking know if I can do this." And then I thought, he needs me to do this. He needs me to stay strong so he can find that home for his forever home, right? So they pulled the name, and this time I did not do the visitations in my house. And the day they moved him, the day they packed him up, one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. And I don't know where he is. I don't know where he ended up. But the amazing thing is that I had my family, I had my children, and I had love. And I carried that grief. I carried it for a very long time. And I stopped taking in kids. I stopped talking about foster care because it made me numb. And then one day, I woke up and I said, "I have to do this. There are more children. There's more parents that need help. There's more families. And we have to go. We have to continue." And I did. We took another baby, and he was about 4 months old at the time, Troy. And Troy was a miserable baby. Like literally miserable, right? Lauren's shaking her head, yes, my daughter. He cried all the time. And the social worker says to me, same social worker, she says, "Troy's up for adoption, you can have Troy." Seriously. I said, "Are you kidding me? I don't want Troy, I wanted Sal. I didn't just want a baby, I wanted, So had I not gone forward, I couldn't have helped Troy the way I helped him, because Troy needed to get tubes in his ears. Troy was miserable because he has chronic ear infections. So I brought him to the doctor, and DCF would not pay for that surgery. DCF would not pay for those tubes to go in his ear, but the doctor said, "You're doing your part, and I'm going to do mine, and I'm going to put those tubes in his ears." And he did. He did that surgery for free. And so Troy would not be where he is. I don't even know where he is today had I stayed in grief, had I stayed in the sorrow or in the pain. So our love can bring us forward, right? And grief is such a difficult journey, right? It's not something that's so easy. It's complex. We just remember the times. We remember the loss. We remember what we don't have. but if we remember what we do have, and that's the connection, and that's the love. So even though I don't know where these children are, any of them, we had 14 in that 6-year period, I know that love stayed with them. I know that for the time they were in my home, the time that they were in my care, they had that love. They had kids that loved them, they had parents that loved them, and they had some pretty nice things when they left, because I like to shop. My husband can attest to that. So this is Sal and I back in the day I was saying goodbye. And that's how I'll always remember him. Our little boy, a little smiley guy. Beautiful. Right? It's big. So I thought it would be such a relevant story, something I had never shared. I haven't talked about it in a very, very long time. But I was coming from it from another perspective, because I used to come from it in just that pain of what I didn't get. I didn't get to keep that baby. But what I did get was the experience of him. I got the experience of loving him. And one of the things that was really difficult for me at that time was explaining to my friend who called me and asked me what happened, where Sal was. And when I had to tell her, I didn't know. And I let her down, because I had promised her that I would make sure that he was taken care of. But it was a promise I couldn't keep, because it wasn't in my care. It wasn't in my wheelhouse to make sure that that was going to be done. That was in the DCF wheelhouse. Right. Beautiful. So that was a crazy story. Anybody have any questions before I move forward? Because I've been talking a while here. Casey, what time are we?
We're about 17 minutes in.
Hey, I did that so fast. Yeah. I was thinking it was going to take me a lot longer.
7:14.
Shit. I always do that. I always go like so fast. All right, I'll do, you know what, I'm going to do my wellness tip so that we can do the live readings, because I feel like that's what we're really going to do tonight. But I want to do the wellness tip really quick, because it's very relevant to the liquid chocolate. And I have talked about it before, but I feel like it's a great topic, especially this time of year. And most of you may have known, I don't know, let's see, show of hands if you know about Rieshi mushroom. I know, Rieshi? Nope. That side of the room, yes? Okay. So Rieshi mushroom, this is something fantastic for you guys to learn about, because this time of year when we have a lot of flus going on and illnesses, Rieshi is something that we can welcome into our diet. And it's not a regular mushroom, so it's a very healing mushroom. It's a superfood. You would have it in a powder form. They do sell also pill forms of Rieshi as well, but it works as an anti-inflammatory. So it's known to heal the viruses such as the flu, but also it's anti-inflammatory, anti-cancer. It boosts the immune. Amazing for our lung health and for heart health, lowering blood pressure, regulating cholesterol, and can aid in anxiety. So I wanted to share all of this amazing information about Rieshi, because it is in the liquid chocolate downstairs. Sue has that in one of the blends. The potency is absolutely incredible. What it can do for your body, what it can do for people that are not well, especially people that have tumors or cancers or different types of growths, it will shrink them without a doubt. So there's lots of scientific studies that you can look up and research. But one of the things I thought that was really fascinating is there's 400 different bioactive compounds just in the Rieshi mushroom, and that's like, you know, through the roof. Like, it's pretty amazing. So, really cool. I'm sure Sue has some more information about that, but yeah. Okay. She's so sweet. Hi, so how's everybody doing? Good? Good. I'm a little lost. I don't know. I feel like everybody's a little, everybody's so quiet.
That was a great story.
What's that?
Sharon with Sal.
Or Sal.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. Little Sal. Has anybody done foster care or any type of thing like that before? Or thought about doing it? You thought about doing it? Don't let that story stop you, like do it, because it was really one of the best things I'd ever done in my life. And, you know, before I started doing foster care, I would dream I would see baby faces all the time. That was my connection to spirit, and I didn't understand it at the time. So I would see all these faces, and there it was. There's a little beautiful babies. Yeah. So, are you a single mom now?
No.
Who's the single mom? What's the single? Are you a single child? Are you an only child?
No, I have an older sister.
You have an older sister? So, I'm not understanding.
My daughter, she's the only child.
Oh, okay. So you have one child?
Yeah.
Okay. And have you raised her by yourself?
For most part.
Yeah, sure, you're the single mom. There it is.
Divorced.
Yeah, there it is. So there it is. You're the single mom. That's what they show me right away. And do you have the anxiety?
Through the roof.
Yeah. Do you want to come up and sit down? Do you want to get in the hot seat? No? No. Can I give you the microphone? Is that one on? There. Perfect. That way people at home could hear you better too. Right, Case?
Yep.
Do you have any names over there? Can we give a shout out to anybody? Oh, Jen's watching. I thought she was coming tonight. Hey, Jen. Hey, Billy. Hey, Susan. Hey, Eugene. Your wife's here. Your son's here. Hi, Kathy. How are you? Noelle. Michelle. Thanks, guys, for watching. Okay. Sorry.
That's okay.
So, what's the anxiety for you? Is this like a daily routine, a daily thing?
Yeah,
And
sort
do
of.
you- I feel like, whoo, like my heart is racing. And do you have like high blood pressure as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that too. Like, and what is the healthcare field for you?
Don't work.
You're not working?
No.
What's the healthcare then?
I don't know.
Okay. And you have a father figure stepping forward. Do you understand that? Is this your father?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and he's actually like closing off his lips, like I feel like he hadn't talked to you. Do you understand that? Or were there words that weren't spoken at the end?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So separation.
Yeah.
Okay. He also has something with his eyes and he's looking down. Do you understand that? So usually when they bow their head, it's my sign for like a shame, like he had done something wrong in life. But he's actually using his eyes as well, so it feels like there was something with his eyes, or maybe he didn't see something.
Probably.
Okay. So did he not pay attention to things that were happening while you were alive?
Sometimes.
Okay. So that's what he's kind of like, yeah, I was blind to it. But I don't feel like he was, literally, I feel like he just didn't want to see.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And so you understand the trauma? And I'm going to say sexual trauma. You understand that as well?
Yeah.
So he's claiming, like, I'm sorry. He's claiming, like, a responsibility for not taking care of the situation and using the right tone. I also feel like he was very boisterous, but in a really negative way. So what's the negative way? It means it leaves a sting behind. It leaves a lasting impression where not always the highest and best.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's his way of letting you know that he's sorry. And you said that's going to be a big one to believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. But a one that's really a long time coming. He's also around all the heart, so I feel like, I don't know if he died of heart stuff, but it's very painful, very heavy on the chest.
He had lung cancer.
Okay. And I also have, like, I don't know if he was a smoker, but it's wafting past me too.
Yeah.
All right. Another
Long time
confirmation
ago.
that this is him. Okay. I hope that brings you some peace.
Yeah.
Like a great peace. And he says that you have some questions.
For him?
No, I feel like you came with a question.
Not really.
What's the question? What's the question? He's like, yes. There's one thing you needed to know.
Just is he watching over his granddaughter,
Okay.
basically?
Yes. So I feel like your dad is doing such a good job being around and being with you, and in such a good way where I feel like it's unexpected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knocks stuff off
Yeah.
of like old cars and stuff around the house.
Nice.
And I know it's so many tugs at my daughter's hair every once in a
Okay.
while. So it's like, he's there.
Yep. Giving you lots of love.
Yep.
Giving you heck.
Yeah.
Okay, in a good way.
Yeah.
Okay. And the cat for you?
She just passed away Sunday.
Yes, and so that he's showing me the cat as well.
Oh, she's
So,
up there with him?
yes.
Good.
Okay?
Good.
To bring you some peace.
Good.
Beautiful. Thank you, honey. Thank you. We're going to go over here. Hi. Do you mind? Okay. Are you okay?
Yeah.
I don't have to. That's fine. That's fine. Now I have to sit down and think where I'm going next. It's okay. Do you have any questions? Does anybody have any questions? Go.
Marty.
Oh.
I want to bring up the time when you brought up your mom. Remember that time when we were on over the phone, I think, or we were on Facebook Live or something, talking about mother coming in?
I have no idea what you're saying. I have no idea what you're saying.
So,
Are you bringing me back to a reading?
yeah.
I won't.
It was, well, maybe get her to come back because we had more questions.
Okay.
Where she came in, it was like she was, we were wondering where, it was like, was she caught in between? Because, can you remember the exact words that Nancy, your mom, used?
She said she was busy and couldn't stick around. I remember that.
But she was not really communicating, and she was just like, it almost seemed like she had quite passed completely through.
So usually
So
when
that happens,
when a soul crosses over to heaven, and depending how long they had been there, they have a job to do. They're not just, meandering, doing nothing. Their soul is evolving, just like we're evolving here. So that's the journey of the soul. It's to continue to evolve and continue to grow. And so some souls come right through, no problem, and some souls are in that midst of like learning and growing. So they might not be able to have that full conversation. They might not be ready for it. So that's not that she's not in heaven. It's just like I feel like that's more what she was saying. And was this when I did this reading? It was over the Facebook Live, so it wasn't in person, correct?
yeah.
Okay, yeah. So and there's a little bit of break of energy when we do the readings through the live, only because so many people are watching at the same time. And then I'm waiting, I'm typing, and you guys are typing in, and so there's a little bit of a delay waiting for me to have that confirmation so I can go further. That's probably what was going on as well. So as much fun as it is, there is a little bit of delay, and that's why I much prefer having at least the phone call or doing the lives, because then we can have that really in-person interaction and our energies can be connected, right? And you can watch my expressions, and because when your loved ones come through, they'll use my physical body in order to move and to show me what those messages are. So either I hear them, see them, feel them, or just know them. It depends on that soul and with how they want me to interpret that. Yeah. So, thank you. But I feel like there's more for you guys, but I feel like that's a little bit of a private thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah.
It was just like we were trying to wonder, like my mother went right in and she was like, blah, 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 blah.
Well, your mom was a talker.
Yeah.
Fair enough, right? Fair enough.
You could drive in the car with her mother, you turn the radio on, she would talk louder.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm sorry, your first name again?
Kim.
Hi, Kim. Jeannie, nice to meet you again.
Nice to meet you.
You have such beautiful aura around you, and the angels want me to they just wanted me to come around. So what is the big change going on for you, the big shift?
You just got married.
Oh, God. See, we call that reading deja vu. Like, you just lose it, and then all of a sudden it comes back. Yeah. It's just, we did the same thing over here, single mom. Same thing. It's okay.
Last week, yes, I got married last week.
Just last week. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's so beautiful, because I feel like there's just all this new beginning and all this new excitement. I also feel like there's just a little bit of oh my God, what's going to happen, or what am I doing, kind of feeling as well.
My heart's pounding
Okay.
in my chest right now.
Okay.
Like bad.
Yeah, perfect. Where did you go away?
Mexico.
Nice. So you had a great time?
Yes. we
Yeah.
did.
Beautiful. And are you moving, buying a house? And who's the phone call? The phone call, the phone call. Who do you talk on the phone to like all the time? I feel like the phone, the phone, the phone,
Oh my
the phone.
God. My friend Portia.
The phone, the phone, the
Maybe?
phone.
Constantly, all
Okay.
day.
Yes, okay.
We like work on the phone together all
Okay.
day long.
It's so
We
funny.
sit on the phone at work, like
Right.
with our phones right there and talking.
And who's the overdose person that steps forward for you? The person that's claiming responsibility for the life. And I do feel like this is female as well. I don't feel like it's related. I feel like it's a friend of a friend associated that you know. Do you understand that?
A female overdose?
It feels female, yes. And I'm all around the heart and the chest, and it's like really hard to breathe. So it's,
Well, Portia's mom had issues.
can you move this closer? So I can
Portia's
take-
mom had issues with drugs, but didn't die from drugs. She got clean and then immediately died from lung cancer.
So that's where I'm at. Okay.
Oh, God, okay.
Okay. Because I feel like claiming responsibility, so probably what brought forward.
Yep.
Okay. Now I'm understanding. And how is this person associated to you?
She's my best friend.
Okay. And so that's why she's picking up the phone and showing me too. Like, I feel like she's involved in those conversations, and I feel like
She's like a second mom to me.
yeah. And I feel like she's also cutting out the calls a lot, because I feel like the calls, or I don't know if she's disconnecting them or hanging up, or feel like there's a,
Oh my God, our calls were failing like all day yesterday.
so she's like, I am totally involved in this, and she's not being left out, and she was part of everything, like part of the day, part of the wedding, part of everything.
And Portia
So
was there.
It's
Yes.
just letting me know all of that information. Okay, beautiful. I feel like you have such a beautiful life ahead. There's nothing to worry about. Like she's showing me like, just like you're walking on like these golden stones. Like I don't know why I feel so good. So hey, golden stones. Who doesn't want that, right?
Yeah, right.
That's a nice pathway. No, it makes me feel like everything is just so beautiful.
Wow, thank
Right.
you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
That was fun. Lena's back there cracking up. She's cracking up. How are we doing over here? You got more people over there on Facebook? How many people we have watching tonight?
17.
17? That's because everybody's here. And I didn't share it. Did you share it?
No.
Oh. Hi, Diane. Hi. I'm trying to read his thing. Debbie. Hi, Mary. Hi, Gina. Yeah, Gina, you were supposed to be here. Just Gina. Right? Oh, love you guys. Okay. Who are we pointing at? No, leave Kate alone, right? I'm going to come over here, but I want to know who had the kidney lower back stuff. This you? I'm sorry. I don't want it to be you. I'm not trying to pick on you. Okay. But I'm all around the kidney and lower back. So this might be you physically, or it might be one of your loved ones on the other side, but they're bringing me to the lower back kidney area. You have problems? Lower back? Chiropractor?
Yeah, I got a chiropractor right now.
You're just taking over the show tonight, Sue.
I didn't want to say anything. I'm sorry. You kept
She's like taking over the show. Apparently, Spirit wants us to work together. You want to come sit up here?
Okay.
Let's do that.
I didn't plan this, honestly.
She got her angels, and they connected with my angels, and it's a whole conspiracy angel thing going on. No, yeah, it's all around the lower back. So, what are you doing that's different? Because and I feel like your mom is coming through too. Like I have this bad taste. Oh, she was all around kidney. She's making me do she's doing the salt thing, and what are you watching, sweetie? She's okay. I have toys in the other room too. Yeah.
Jeanne
Lauren,
comes well equipped.
will you get some toys and put them right there for her? Yeah. So yeah, it's your mom stepping forward. She's cracking up. She's cracking up right now. She's like, I knew I was going to pull the wool over your eyes. She cracks me up. Your mom has like a little dirty sense of humor.
She does.
Yeah, she's a little trickster.
She can come out with some one-liners.
Yeah.
At least expect
I'm
it.
like, that's enough. Get out of my back now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, like she's got like so much to say and so much, and she's like writing everything down. She's making lists. She's making plans. Everything's moving ahead. Everything's moving as it's supposed to. Stop questioning so much. She says, you stop. You're just worrying so much. And your mom's talking 100 miles a minute too.
I've been trying to reach out to her too. I've been during the day periodic. My mother passed away this past August, and it was not expected. And Jeannie brought up this thing about grief, and we had discussed this because I think this is important for a lot of people. But my mom, there was a very special time the last 3 months of her life, and I'm really lost without her. And had I not had this cafe opening up right now, had I not had this business, I don't know how I'm going to get through this holiday because the Christmas was the most special time of her life.
She said divine timing, she said. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I know a lot of my stress goes to my back. I mean, everybody has stress, right? And you have areas in your body that it tends to pull to. And kidney problems are lineage in my family. And the kidneys come up a couple times, and so the lower back is being worked on.
Yeah, and I feel like you just need to pay attention to release the stuff that you had with your mom, and that is, the anxiety, the worry. She says even though you didn't know that she was going to leave, she knew she was going to leave. So it's like she knew it, and she said it's like that whole thing of like, we're not going to be here forever. And she's so matter of fact with it. She's just so like dry and matter of fact with it. She's like, that's just a cut and dry thing. And so it is about moving forward. It is about holding those precious memories, the joy of it, like the good memories, and not the physical attachment. So see how that will work for you. And I love the writing for you in terms of like writing and having her speak to you through that writing, because you have that voice connection with her, and that feels so beautiful and authentic for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's, there was one time when, I'm trying to remember, I was in the hospital, and this was towards the end, and my brother, I'm trying to remember, my brother was asking her what she wanted to hear in music, and she was very, very sick at that time, and she was having trouble speaking, and I didn't know that this was going on, but I was at my spa working, and I picked up my phone and I just texted my brother and I said, play, I can't remember the song, but I told him to play the song for her. And right when I was doing that, she went to him and pointed to the phone. And because he was saying, what song do you want? And she pointed to the phone, and the song came up, and that's what he played. So it's pretty cool. I didn't realize how strong that connection was. I mean, I love my mother all my life, but spirituality came through towards the very end. And I'm so thankful that happened for me, because that's really a comfort.
Yeah.
When you're dealing with grief, that I have that reassurance that someday I'll see her and I know she's with me. It's been verified over and over again.
Right. The physical is gone, but the soul remains. The energy of the soul remains. So that's the part of any type of relationship, even when we have a friendship breakup, is that love remains. Once it's given, it's still there. So even if there's a break, even if there's a separation, love will always remain. If we remember the good times, if we remember the love, that's what will keep us in that healthy time, in that love, and that feeling good.
Yeah.
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 Thanks for sharing that. I think it's so important.
Thank you, Jeannie.
Beautiful. Who had the shoulder issue? Marianne, is this you? Do you mind moving? Can you want to move forward a little bit? Or I'll come to you if you want. What's the shoulder? Are you just shouldering everything? Is that what she's showing me? Okay. Okay. I'm like, okay, what? Like, it just feels like crazy, like so much going on. Okay. Okay. Yeah, and I'm also having like a hard time taking a deep breath. Is it you? Like, are you feeling in the anxiety as well?
Not too badly.
There's this on your husband, like I'm having the hard time breathing. So, and I feel like you guys are so super synced up, and you understand this? Yeah. Yeah. And what are you overcommitted in? You have yourself spread out thin. That's what she's making me feel. Overcommitted, doing too much, maybe promising your time to other people when you really don't have it to give. Do you understand that? That's...
Yeah, maybe, trying to be there for everybody.
Okay. Yeah. And you have a son? Yeah, because she's bringing him forward. And he's how old? It's like...
14 Christmas Day.
So what's the 3 around your family? Is there 3 of you?
You have 3 boys.
3
Okay.
brothers.
3 brothers.
2 brothers.
Okay. All right. Because that's what she's bringing me around.
Has 3 brothers.
Okay. And is your son the trouble? Like, I want to say, I'm saying it in the nicest way that I can. She's just bringing it forward. I'm just the messenger. Just a little bit of trouble.
No, he's actually the greatest kid ever, but...
What's the voice, the sassiness, the little zingers?
He's 14,
The sense of humor and the sarcasm.
Thank you.
And he does it in the nicest way.
That's what she's bringing me. But I feel like that was your sister's humor as well. And so that's what she's lining with me, and she's like totally cracking up about it.
She must love it.
Yes. Yeah, and I feel like she eggs it on a little bit. She says, see, there's that sibling rivaling. It's going to happen even though I'm not here.
Her and I have the same sense of humor.
Okay.
He's got the same.
Okay. And who has the migraines? The headache, the migraines?
DJ, one of our good friends.
Okay.
Ethan, who sings, and he does.
It's her way of confirming that it's her, so you understand. That's something I wouldn't have known otherwise. She's just bringing it forward, that you're having these conversations and she's still involved. She's not missing a beat. Right. Okay. And I like, did you guys plan a trip? So you're not taking the advice at all, right? So can you please, can you listen to this?
We plan on going to Disney.
Thank you.
Next month.
In the fall, yeah.
Okay. They need to go away. They need a trip.
They know that.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're pressuring them. The angels and I are pressuring them to take a break for safety's sake.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Beautiful. I love the smile coming back on your face. Yeah.
It's her anniversary today.
Yeah, I feel like that too. I was like, I didn't want to bring that up because I feel like she's like, we don't need to talk about it. Right, because it's about reliving for you. Right, and she's like, that's not the healthy version, right?
No, I mean, I thought you meant coming back to life.
Right, okay.
But I feel more at peace.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for taking the hot seat. I appreciate it.
That's what Mom.
Yeah. How's everybody doing? How about some questions? Anybody have any questions over here? Hi, guys? No? You're just going to sit in the back. Nobody's going to talk to you. You only look at you. No? You're good? Kathy? You're good? Kathy's friend? You guys are also quiet. Everybody's quiet. Lena, are you quiet?
A little bit.
Oh, Pat's watching. Hi, Pat. Hi, Lily. Lily's all the way from Ireland. I love that. We have Ireland in the house. Woo-hoo. Lena, you want to come talk to me for a minute? Sure. Good. What time is it? What are we doing?
7:40.
7:40. How are you Facebook people doing? Give us some loves. Give us a little like. What are those things? The hearts. What do you call those things?
Emojis?
Oh, yeah. What are those things? So we were talking earlier, Lena and I, we had like this whole day planned, right? She's got clients and I had a video to make, and guess what we did? We did nothing. We sat on the couch and we ate lunch and we talked the entire freaking day. Her people dropped like flies. Everybody kept canceling and
people were sick. Kids got hurt, and it was just completely meant to be.
So what we do is we eat. That's what we do here. She's like, look, we're eating lunch again. Look, we're making another snack. Look.
You eat well here.
We do.
Yes.
We really do.
As long as you're not cooking Brussels sprouts.
No. Lena is fired from Brussels sprouts. Literally.
I know that today again. From the fire marshal.
Oh my God.
Set some Brussels sprouts on fire. They were good.
That
Extra
girl
crispy.
is on
They were
fire.
yummy.
How bad did the house smell, Kate? Like, it had to smell bad. It had to be bad.
How long did it take you to shut the alarm down?
A long time. Long time.
Because we don't use that alarm. We don't know the code. Yeah. What do we know how to do? So we came up with a brilliant idea. We did, right?
Which one? We had so many.
Well, the one that we have right over there by Lauren.
Yeah, that was great.
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell them?
Sure.
Tell them.
So Jeannie and I have some wonderful things coming up that we're offering. Different groups, different sessions.
Different live events.
Events, exactly. So we put together some nice baskets and treats for you guys with all different spiritual things in them. Journals and sprays and
feather pens and a little bit of love, little baskets of love.
Yeah, so we'd love for you to check out what we are offering. If you have questions about any of the sessions that we're offering, let us know, because if you register tonight, you can enter for a raffle to win one of those gifts that we put together for all of you.
Yes, so we're going to pull the drawing next Friday.
Yes.
Because next Friday is the 21st. Who can believe that? Like, it's like flying by, is it not? Jeez.
I know.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
You're done leaving. I'm just kidding. I just feel like Spirit's bringing me over here, so you got to go. You got to go. Hi, how are you? Do you want to talk? She does. I'm Jeannie. We didn't meet.
I'm Teresa.
What is your name?
Teresa.
Teresa. Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm very hard of hearing. I wear hearing aids, but so. Do you understand the male figure that comes forward for you? And I feel father figure for you. Do you understand that? Do you also have like I want to say spouse or boyfriend? I can't understand, but I feel like there's another male figure, but not of the family. Do you understand that?
No, you do? Okay.
You do. Okay. And so your father, where is he from? Because he has the accent.
Puerto Rico.
Okay. And he has a lot to say. Do you understand that? He's talking 100 miles a minute. He also has playing cards in his hand. Do you understand the playing cards? The cards. I don't know what they signify, but I feel like they signify something for you. So hold on to that. Sometimes in a reading it can be overwhelming. But he steps forward, and it's just his way of showing that it's him. Okay? And he asked, I don't know what the chickens are, but he's got the chickens. Do you understand the chickens? Did you live by chickens when you were in Puerto Rico? Or live on a farm or near a farm?
I grew up in Brooklyn.
So what is it with the farm?
Maybe I want a farm.
Your dad came here?
Mm-hmm.
But he lived in Puerto Rico most of his life?
I think, I'm not sure when he came to New York, but...
And where he grew up, did you ever go visit there?
No, not that town.
Okay, so I'm trying to understand why he's showing me. It feels like old country, but I don't understand it.
I went last year to help out in Puerto Rico. I don't know
Okay.
if that has anything to do with
It could just be a way he's showing and letting you know that he's okay. Because I feel like for some reason there was like not knowing if he was okay. So he also shows me unplug quickly, which means my sign for he went really quickly, like nobody knew he was going to go. And words weren't said, words weren't spoken. So I do feel like that as well. And I feel like time has passed, so he's been gone for some time. You understand that? And I'm also have some pain in my back. It leads me to the heart. So do you understand that? So it's between the shoulder blades, and it's either lung or heart. So that's where he's showing me.
For him?
He's just bringing me there. So it could be for you, but usually it's for them.
He had COPD.
Okay, so then it's the lung. Okay, just have that confirmation. But he's like still part of the life. He's still there. He's still shining his love around you. And he's also showing me a star. Do you understand the reference of the star? Is this what you put on top of the tree? Is it a star? The star. I don't know why the star. Star usually means like a twinkle of the eye, but it feels in reference to the holidays. That's okay. That's all right. This was just to give you a little bit of love. Okay? All right. And do you understand the male figure that comes forward that's, I want to say romantic?
Mm-hmm.
Who is that for you?
He was someone that I was living with.
Okay. And he claims like a responsibility for leaving, but I'm not understanding why. Like, I don't feel like he took his life, but he's claiming responsibility for taking actions that led up to his leaving. Do you understand that? And was there like violence involved in his leaving? I don't know where the violence is. Was that around? Or was he involved in that?
Not that I'm aware of.
So I keep seeing a gun, so I'm not understanding why.
Maybe there's somebody else.
I don't know how many romantic partners you had, so I don't.
No, someone that I was involved with. It wasn't a good relationship.
Okay. So that's, and.
But he didn't pass, that I know.
No, but this other partner is showing me this. So, and you're out of that. That was a relationship after him, and so now you're out of that? Okay. So that's what I feel like. All right. Perfect. Again, like he's talking really fast. I don't know what it is about your people and why they're talking so fast. I'm like, slow it down a little bit. It's just a lot of energy, so you understand. Okay. And you have a mother figure. You have a lot of people. You have a lot of people. So they're all like stepping forward and they're all just showering you some love, just so you understand. Yeah. And you have a Remembrance Day for your loved ones?
No, not really.
What's a Remembrance Day? Is there picture frames? I don't understand.
I don't know if, like, I have a sister that passed.
Okay.
And, I mean, we keep pictures, but...
It must be that you keep remembrance of them, because I feel like that. I feel like you honor. That's what I feel like. You honor your family. You honor your loved ones. So that's a gratitude that they send for you as well. Okay? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I hope that brought you some peace.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, guys. How is everybody doing? Good? Good. Anybody have questions now? How about now? No? Everybody's good? All right. Facebook's good, Casey?
Looking good, yeah.
Okay. Where are we? We're closing?
We got
I'm
about
closing.
10 minutes left.
We're closing. I'm closing. Well, I'm going to say goodnight. Are you going to cry? You are? You want me to say goodbye? You have a question? Oh, we have a question. Never mind. Hold on.
2 minutes and 22 seconds.
2 minutes and 22 seconds?
3 times in the last days.
That's
Come up with a number.
the 222?
Yeah, the 222.
Yeah, the 222. And did you look it up? Did you Google it? Angel number 222?
No.
Yeah, you gotta look that up. There's an angel number book in my thing. Question? We'll look it up.
Is there any message from my friend Pat?
From your friend Pat?
It is Heather's husband.
Sure. So she's like the life of the party? Pat?
No, it's her husband, Heather's husband.
Heather's husband?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's the girl that's the party? Is this you? Are you the life of the party?
I think I was.
Okay. Okay. So now I'm understanding. Okay. So this is your husband on the other side? Okay, thank you. So I feel like an illness for him. Do you understand that? Okay. And I feel like this was he's saying his words are, it was long and like drawn out and brutal. Like I feel like he doesn't have words to express the gratitude for what you had to go through, for taking care of all the things that you had to take care of. It's not something he had wished would happen. So it's the way he steps forward is in an apology as well, and claiming some responsibility around the mess he left, so you understand. And that mess is probably just has to do with paperwork and stuff, undone stuff. That's usually what they show. I do feel like you've moved forward some, but I do feel like there's more struggle. And I feel like he makes me feel like a rope, like you're tied down, like you can't move, like you can't move forward. Do you understand that? Okay. So he totally wants you to go forward. He wants you to be able to be free. I feel like you're weighed down. I feel like it's some of it is financial. Do you understand that? I don't know if that's because of where you're living. If you're in the house and yeah, okay. I would love to do this in private for you because I feel like it's pretty heavy, and I would much rather be able to sit across from you and give you that time. Okay. But he's standing with you, and he's not leaving. He said, I am not going to skip a beat. So just so you understand, okay? Yeah, and I know that I feel like there's a lot of struggle, but I do feel like you're going to be okay. So there is light at the end of the tunnel. There's hope, okay? All right. Hi. Did you look? You got the 222? Okay. You don't want to read it?
Trust that everything is working out exactly as it's supposed to, with divine blessings for everyone involved. Let go and have faith.
So how relevant is that for you? Very relevant. Yeah, right? The angels don't lie. Right? They just don't. They always give us exactly what we need. So especially when we have a lot of worry and you have a little bit of OCD, just a tad. Yeah. So just remember that. Like maybe like let go of that OCD stuff. Maybe like let go of that control a little bit so there can be movement. Right? Perfect. Chelsea.
My friend passed away in September, and I'm just curious as to why he died so young and how it happened.
So how is he a friend to you? Did you go to school with him? What's the schooling?
He was supportive of me going to Australia.
Okay.
And I met him in high school.
So I feel like, did he have like a heart, like an undiagnosed condition? Because that's kind of what I feel, an undiagnosed condition. Do you understand that?
If you understand it, I don't know about it.
So you don't know exactly what it is? Because I don't feel like it was, I don't feel like he died from any other kind of like not accident, not suicide. I feel like it was an undiagnosed type of thing that he just died. And I just feel like that was his soul's journey. But he's such a Christian, I want to say. Like, he's like, that's who he is. Do you understand that? And so he's totally okay with what was happening. And he's also showing me preaching. I don't know why that's relevant, but it feels very important. Yeah.
I never saw him as a preaching type, but maybe.
Yeah, well, I don't know why he's showing me that, why that's relevant. Yeah. I do feel like a little bit of struggle in terms of like being able to stand on his own, but that was something he was working towards. Yeah. Perfect. Welcome. Lauren, was there something else that you were wanting me to know? Were you telling me something else? No. Okay. Question.
Do you see any male figure?
Talk louder.
Do you see any male figure around?
Do I see any male figures? So if you want to hear from somebody specific, just tell me a name and I'll bring them through. But with a big group, usually they'll bring me where I need to go and then they'll show up. But like, I'm not going to look around you and just wait to see who I'm going to say. I want a name. Mark. And how was Mark connected with you? Your father? Mm-hmm. Okay. Were you separate from your father? Like, did he raise you?
Yeah, we were until I was a teenager.
Okay. That's kind of what I feel like. I feel like a little bit of separation. Okay. And I feel like a little bit of struggle as well. And that probably has to do with like that father-daughter, verbal, you know it all, don't want to follow the rules. And I feel like he also kind of gave up on life a little bit. And I feel like life was hard for him. And that affected everybody else. So, and I feel like there's a whole bunch more to that story.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But I do feel like he's very proud of you, so you understand. And I feel like that's a struggle, like some of those things that you need to work on to heal so that you can move forward. He says you have a little bit of trust issue. And that's just, he's claiming responsibility for that. But those things can get healed. They don't have to stay permanent. Okay? I feel like that's really great. You're welcome. Scanning one more time. We're good? You good back there? Yeah. Britt, you okay? Okay. You what? You got a name?
Paul.
Paul? And who's Paul for you?
Ex-boyfriend.
Okay.
Very young.
But you weren't together.
No, it wasn't ex. We were together.
You were together. So you guys are so cute going back and forth. I just did a group reading at Carly's house, and a couple was there, and I was reading the guy of the couple, and his girlfriend started to intervene, and he's like, he didn't really want to be there, but he was there. But then all of a sudden, when it was his turn, he was like, "Hey, stay out of my reading." It was awesome. Hey, stay out of my reading. He claimed his reading. He was like, "This is my reading." Okay, so Paul, you were dating, and he died while you were dating. But were you like in college, like college age?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's what I feel like. Okay, and was this? I do feel like a lot of alcohol, but I don't know if he died because of alcohol or if he just drank a lot, because he made me feel like a little soupy. Soupy, that's a good word, right?
I think I drank a lot after that.
Okay. Ah, you're the soupy one. Okay. Okay. So I'm trying to understand why he's showing that to me, why that's important. Because I feel like he has a pretty good sense of humor as well. Okay. So there was plans. There was, I don't know if he gave you a ring, but there was plans. So I felt like there was plans. Okay. Things don't always work out how you plan, right?
Pre-engagement.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. And I felt like you had it all mapped out. He's like, look, she had it all mapped out. You think she had OCD? Now, yes, it was all back then as well. Yeah. Yeah. He's doing great. He's doing great, and he thanks you for still honoring him and talking to him and loving him. Yeah. And he's still very supportive, because I feel like that's the kind of relationship you had. Very supportive. Yeah. And I do feel like he's sorry that he had to go. Yeah. Yeah. It was a nice show. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Facebook. We love you guys. So next week, I'll come to you from my den in my pajamas. You won't be able to tell. But I'll be in my slippers and my pajamas. That's what I do. And but we'll be doing another one probably in February, another studio one. Okay, guys? Thank you so much. Give yourselves a round of applause. It was a great night. And I know what I know, because angels don't lie. Have a great night, Facebook. Goodbye.